Thanks once again for tuning in to Barfly Cinema. My name is Tom, joined as always by my co-host Gage. Today we're watching Diner
Yes.
from 1982. Barry Levinson directed.
Yes.
Can you give it a little
Directorial
rundown
debut.
on this?
This is really just like a hangout movie. This is 1959
like-
Boston.
Yeah. No,
on
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Baltimore
Yes,
on Christmas
sorry.
night.
Yes.
Baltimore on Christmas night.
Yes. Kind of like the hanging out before one of their buddies' weddings.
Yeah, basically. Everyone's coming back to town.
Yeah.
They're all post-college. They've all kind of taken different paths, and now they're
Early
reconvening.
20s.
And they're kind of juggling the idea between becoming full-blown adults and what that means to become an adult. It
Right.
means different things to all the guys, and then hanging on to their youth. And this diner kind of represents their youth.
Absolutely.
They're still hanging on to that. We'll always have the diner.
Yeah.
They're constantly talking about the diner.
Yeah, you go out, have a fun night with the pals, and you go to the diner, and you go back home at 4 a.m.
There you go. and you get a feeling that they've been doing this since they were kids, basically.
Absolutely.
And this whole movie is kind of, it's like post coming of age. It's like,
It is.
okay, you're
I
supposed to have grown up by now. Now you kind of have to grow up.
These are some of my favorite movies, some of my favorite stories.
Right.
Yeah.
So this definitely has a Linklater vibe to me. I think
Oh.
it definitely feels like that.
Linklater, Tarantino vibe,
Yeah.
Hal Ashby vibe.
Yeah.
Before, like, this Linklater, Quentin Tarantino after, I think he's hearkening back to like kind of an Altman kind of Hal Ashby vibe himself.
Yeah. I like how he doesn't get too slapsticky with it, but that's also I think that's why the MGM wasn't too big on it. They kind of wanted more of a sex
What do we
romp,
have
Porky's thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not funny
That's
enough to
very
be a
true.
comedy. It's not serious enough to be a drama. What do we got? What is
the middle
this?
here, yeah.
You know?
I know. Yeah.
He's aiming for some realism, but there are some fantastical elements in terms of, okay, I'm gonna
There's a
bet-
nostalgia.
There's
to
a
it.
nostalgia
There's
to
a
it.
nostalgia.
There's a
rose-tinted
rose-tinted glasses.
Because this is very autobiographical, I
Mm.
believe. This is the only one of the tetralogy, they call it, but I guess he's done like kind of like these 4 like hangout Baltimore movies.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, I could
So,
see that.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is his directorial debut.
Yeah.
MGM gave him $5.5 million. He only spent $5 million of it. Came in under budget.
Yeah. Made 14.
And they wanted to shelve it, but
exactly.
a critic intervened for the New Yorker. Isn't that right?
Yeah, exactly. Like the studio was like, we don't really know. You know what's funny? The scene that they wanted to cut was they wanted to cut the whole roast beef sandwich.
No, I love
scene.
that scene. I love that
Exactly.
scene.
They wanted to cut that.
I
and
love
he's like-
that.
Barry was like, no, that says everything you need to know about their friendship, about the competitiveness that they have, about the
And they're just
insecurities
constantly
that they
getting
have.
under each other's skin.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
just fucking. They're
Poking
fucking
the
with
bear
each other
all the time.
Yeah, exactly. They know you. They know they're going to get a rise out of each other, so that's why they do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Exactly.
so you can't cut that. Now I
They
will.
wanted to cut that.
Now I will say there are
They
some
don't-
other areas that need to be cut.
That,
Seriously.
they want to cut that. They don't want to cut this stupid Mickey Rourke horse.
That whole arc.
They don't want to cut the musical sequence in half. They don't want, some.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, exactly. The producers are like, we don't know what we really have here. The studio heads, and then the producer of the film was like, took a copy and showed a private screening to famous critic Pauline Kael at the time, and she really liked it, and kind of it grew from there, from little word of mouth movie.
See, when you put it in context, it's like, man, the heyday of like Hollywood, not even Hollywood critics, but movie critics in general, was like the 70s and
She
80s.
was the Ebert before Ebert.
Yeah, you could make or break a film based on a high profile review in a newspaper.
You could
you know.
absolutely.
So it'll become the buzz.
People read the newspaper.
They read the
and
newspaper.
cared.
Yeah.
It's
It's
people went to the movies.
Right.
People went to the movies, and
It was
Yeah.
more of an event than it is now.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly. Funny enough, even though movie tickets are way more expensive now, people voted with their dollar then, and we're like,
They did.
this isn't. Yeah, we're going for a night out to the movies. We don't want to watch something crap. But then also, we went out to the movies. They also took more chances on things.
Yeah, they
We're
did.
gonna take a chance on a $5 million little diner movie called Diner, just about your parents hanging out.
Yeah.
In 1980, because this is 82. So like, who is this? Who is this made for?
It's kind of like for the silent generation. It is kind of like those people that are born, that were 23 in 1959. Mm-hmm. So if you think back on it, it's like, okay, they were born like in the 30s.
Yeah.
That's evident in the cars they're all driving and the kind of the suits they're wearing. Mm-hmm. You made a good point earlier where it's just like, it's kind of like, it's the pre-summer of love.
It is.
We haven't entered the summer of love. Everyone kind of holds themselves to a high standard. Whenever they go out, they say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Everyone's dressed up, that kind of sensibility.
But at the same time, they're dressed up, but they're just trying to get laid.
Yeah. I mean, under
they
the
go
whole...
to the dance.
Yeah. Under the whole sheen.
Up, but it's under the sheen. They're just trying to get... Now the kid's saying, we cracked her. Dude, it's crazy. In this movie, you were good for a good pop.
Some things never change.
Man,
the terms change.
Seriously.
The terms change, but you're like, they were just as horny as anyone ever was back then.
Absolutely.
They're running around. They've all got, their insecurities and the ways they deal with that, and it just works from so many angles. I really like this film because
they're the ones that become the conservative generation in the 80s.
Isn't that wild?
It's
seriously.
Which the Big Chill gets at, but anyways, yeah.
But yeah,
it's in that vein. It's kind of a great double feature. Like the kids in their young days
from running around to yuppies. They're turning into kind of the yuppie, turn.
Which some of these characters are like great performance from Kevin Bacon in here.
Wonderful performance from him. Understated. I could use more of him. Flesh out his drinking problem more. Mm-hmm. He obviously
the relationship that he has with his brother.
Yeah, he's clearly an underachiever. He didn't pan out like other members of his family, and you get the feeling that he has a chip on his shoulder, but he also has a lot of shame when it comes to that too. He's trying to kind of mask that with his alcohol use. He's kind of like. It's shown that he's a really sharp guy, and a smart guy.
That scene.
But he's like, for the movie, he's sloshed half the time he's on the screen.
Yeah, you're already drinking, and suddenly,
yeah.
I love that.
Whereas juxtaposed with that is the Daniel Stern character, who's kind of trying to straighten up. He's trying to show the other guys, hey, married life isn't that bad. I like the stability. I like having a job. Da, 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 da. But that's a front too.
Yeah,
that's kind of a front too.
He's also he's also upfront and about how like boring and miserable he is.
Yeah.
But he thinks that's just how it should be. That's married life.
Yeah. He's like, well, that's just how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's like, what would you know? You've never been married before. What would you know that goes into it?
I come home, my wife is there, but I just look forward to going to the diner and hanging out with my buddies.
It's a little interesting tidbit about that very thing is this got a TV spinoff.
What?
And
I did not know that.
It didn't actually. They made a pilot. Riser came back. A couple other parts of the cast came back. Not the big names. Riser came back. Yeah.
He has 2 minutes in this movie.
I know.
Total.
But they're good. They're good minutes.
They are good.
They're good minutes. But
good.
It's just funny that they tried to do that, and the show is going to be about how the men refuse to grow up. And they keep hanging out at the diner and they're falling back into their old ways, kind of. That's probably why the show never took off.
But it's like, don't do that. Cheers was already so big at this time. You're
right.
It's the same thing.
Correct. Interesting little tidbit as well. Mel Brooks actually encouraged Levinson to pursue this.
Mel Brooks did?
This script is an amalgamation of a bunch of Levinson's stories from his youth, like short stories, kind of put into one.
Sense.
And then I don't know how he got tied in with Brooks. I don't know the history there.
Brooks is a great producer, man.
Yeah, and he knows when he sees talent.
David Lynch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows, and he says, pursue this. He strikes me as the kind of guy that's like, I know what's going to work, and I can see something here. Go for it. go for it.
Seriously.
You know, so it probably, who knows? Maybe Mel Brooks was the guy that said, "Hey MGM, could you give this kid $5 million? Could you just give him $5.5 million bucks? See what comes out?" And they freaking did, which is amazing. Like you said, they took more risks back then,
Absolutely,
especially on a guy like Mel Brooks. Or if you got him in your corner, you can get anything made.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's a great point. Man, that is so awesome.
right.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, here we have this period piece set in Baltimore, friends just fucking with each other, and it's a hangout movie. There's a lot of improvisation. Do you think the improvisation works in this?
I do. Like, a lot of the improv is awesome. I could even tell improv just from like character actions. Like, what the hell? Mickey Rourke is just downing a thing of sugar.
Yeah, what
and
the hell was
drinking
that?
Coke. I was like, that's interesting. I looked that up to see if it was a thing, and it's not a thing. It was just...
That strikes me as just a total improv moment. Like, he just saw that on the table,
but
and just poured like 4 tablespoons of sugar down his throat, and then washed it down with an ice cold Coca-Cola in a bottle.
But it kind of go. But that thing goes to the character. He's someone that
does.
It's like someone that he thinks he's gonna be young forever.
He's kind of a hedonist.
He is.
He's a hedonist. So it's like,
for sure.
you're kind of like,
but with a heart of gold.
with a heart of gold. So everyone, like, he just charms the pants off of everyone.
He does. He's so fantastic
But
here.
he gets in a pretty sticky situation when he makes a bad bet.
Yes,
and then
he's like $2,000 in debt. It has that classic like gambler.
Oh yeah,
trope storyline here.
It does. Or you think he's in real danger.
Yeah.
But that's not what this movie is.
And there's also stuff here that he's a sexual predator.
He is.
He's straight up. And the movie kind of brushes that off.
And he's very good at it, clearly.
I know. The shit you can get away with when you're Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Charming and good looking.
Seriously. And it is the wrong message to send.
It is.
But even he does, what I do like about this movie is that the trope gets kind of reversed and he stops himself. Because the way they build up to that, I'm like, they're going to do this thing is going to pop off. And I like that they didn't go for it.
Oh,
then
yeah.
that would have been full Porky's moment. Because that's what MGM was going for. They wanted a young kind of sex romp thing, and he gave them a coming-of-age dramedy.
Yeah.
That's hard to classify. So I really like working this. I think the whole thing with the horse girl doesn't work. Drop that.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. That's a waste. It's a waste of film.
It's a waste of film.
And her performance isn't very good. It's weird, and
she doesn't have a character.
Yeah, she doesn't have a character. She's just the next target.
Yeah, which I do love. I do also love that Eddie's wife. You don't even see her.
Yeah, what is
she
that?
Doesn't have a character.
What is that? Because they do that in film sometimes, where they just they'll allude to a character all the time, but they will never show the face.
They did that in The Big Chill as well with the
interesting
the character.
Interesting.
But she doesn't have a character, and the horse. That part is so dumb.
It's tacked on.
Soap opera-y.
It
goes against the character.
It really strikes me as we've got Kevin Bacon and Mickey Rourke on set today. You guys want to go shoot a scene? And that's what they did. And then it became a through line through the movie.
And that's true. But also it's like it doesn't even, dude, it looks so. He rolls up. Where do you get this horse? It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Where do you get the horse?
Where do you get the horse?
He doesn't come.
He can ride a horse.
He doesn't come from money.
Where do you get that stupid hat. He doesn't wear hats.
It's not alluded to that he has money. Like his family has money. He talks to his mom on the phone.
Yeah.
He drives a fucking hoopty. That's right. Another juxtaposition. Kevin Bacon's character drives like a nice MG. It's like, damn, that's nice. And then the stupid prank in the beginning pisses me off because it's so impractical.
It's so impractical.
It's so impractical. It's so impractical. Yeah, he's like, oh, I just did it myself or whatever. And I'm like, I don't like that.
There's some dumb stuff here.
There's some dumb stuff.
Yeah, it's all this stuff that just them hanging out and talking. Honestly, them just not even talking about anything important.
Yeah.
They're just shooting the shit.
I don't like nuance. Nuance isn't a real word.
But I love that.
I love all the riser stuff. I love the jabs. I love the poking. I love the interplay, and it's well edited. All the scenes when it's 2 or 3 people talking to 2 or 3 of the guys, great.
Yes,
perfect.
All the Eddie stuff, even of itself, like he's getting married, and it all relies on this bullshit football quiz that
Isn't that wild?
that his fiance
In context, it's the most misogynistic shit
no, it
like
is.
ever.
It is.
Like you're gonna get this girl's hopes all up, and then you're gonna dash them because you're kind of looking for an out. You're not even sure if you want to get married, but what do adults do?
Yeah.
They get married.
Get married.
So that's like the whole theme of this. It's like, what does it mean to grow up?
Way too
What is
young
it?
to be getting married.
Yeah, way too young.
They're not. Yeah,
They're not ready. They're not mature enough to be married.
And
When you look at it,
and it deals with that with Shrevy's wife and Boogie.
Yep.
Character. Ah, yeah.
she's feeling conflicted. She's having a hard time connecting with her husband, and Daniel Stern, who has a pretty good dramatic scene in this where he's pissed that she's not respecting his organization of his music,
Of his record.
and she does,
collection.
and I guess she's not emphasizing like he is how important the music is to him.
Yep.
But on the flip side, he does not emphasize how important movies and literature are to her.
And he wants to know what's on that flip side.
Right. He wants to know. There you go.
Beautifully
There
said.
you go.
No, exactly. Yeah, she's
But he does. That's his blind spot. He doesn't realize how selfish he's being.
Mhm.
You know.
because he even says there's just nothing to talk about
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah. When you're getting into the relationship,
It's not all about you,
it's all
dude.
about talking about sex and
Where can we do it?
sex. When
Yeah.
are we gonna do it? And then talking about the marriage. But yeah, I know.
He's still going through growing pains.
He is.
He really is. He still wants to hold on to his adolescence. He wants to have his cake and eat it too. That's what a lot of the characters do in this movie.
do, yeah.
They want to retain their youth, but they also have this pressure to grow up and become an adult to keep up with their friends.
Yeah.
They don't want to feel like they're being left behind in life.
I know. It's like
It's very relatable.
But why they even get married? Like they don't have a kid.
Right.
So it is kind of interesting because then they have that dynamic with Tim Daly's character and his girlfriend of she is pregnant and then he's asking for marriage and you kind of get the sense that he genuinely does love her.
Yeah.
And then she's kind of reluctant because she doesn't want to feel like she's kind of progressive in that sense of she doesn't want to feel like we just have to get married because this is the thing you do when this happens.
He thinks he is doing everything for the right reasons, and she's trying to remind him that just because something happened doesn't need to dictate the rest of our lives.
Yeah. So there's that great juxtaposition within the friendships here. That's
Right.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that works.
All that stuff is really good in here.
And I like
That's what holds this
Daly
movie
in
up.
this. I think he works. The scene in the prison where he plays the tough guy doesn't really work for
What
me
is
that
Like,
much.
it's just again that doesn't need to be in the movie.
Bacon gets drunk and ruins the nativity scene,
Exactly.
and they get put in the drunk tank
They
and
don't
da
need
da
to be
da da.
put in the drunk tank.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That goes on too long. Honestly, the nativity scene goes on too long. There's just some scenes that are just going on too long.
I swear on the page it plays more slapsticky and silly, and then when you see it, it's more measured and slow and kind of sad.
No,
You
which
know.
I like.
Yeah, I like that too.
I do like that.
Because they're concerned about their friend. They really are. That's when it becomes clear, dude, you're drinking too much.
Yeah, and
You're going off the rails. The cops are going to be here.
That's
Like
true.
this is crazy.
Yeah.
Chill.
And it's almost of looking back. Hindsight's 2020. In the time, it might have been, oh, this is so crazy, and man, he's drunk again, and we've screwed up this nativity scene. But
Could be.
But then when you look back on it, you're like, oh yeah, he's going through some stuff.
And
there.
we are led to believe this is not the first incident where he just acts out and causes property. Because the brother, when he goes to talk to the brother, he's like, I'm going to talk to dad about ending your trust fund. Like, you're going crazy. You're going off the rails. You're making the family look bad. You definitely get the feeling like he's kind of been disowned.
Yeah.
He hasn't been cut off, but he's been kind of like, he's the redheaded stepchild, so to speak.
Exactly. He's the black sheep.
He's the underachiever. He's the guy that didn't go to college.
Yep.
But he's clearly the
Very
most
smart.
intelligent
Or
of all the
dropped out.
guys.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's almost like he didn't want to fit into a mold, but he also is kind of tortured by the fact that he's a self-sabotager, it seems like. But he's tortured by that,
Yeah.
given his drinking. So there is some depth here.
Oh yeah, and he's clearly, he seems like the youngest of the group. He
For
just
sure.
wants to have fun.
For sure.
Yeah.
And Kevin Bacon himself, he foregone. He was on Guiding Light or one of those soap operas during the day soap operas, and he said, you know what, I'm gonna cancel my contract for this year. I'm gonna go do this movie in Baltimore with this first time director, and we'll see what happens. And little did he know, this was going to kind of pave the way for the rest of his career, much like the rest of this cast. This cast is wall to wall people that went on to do bigger and better things.
This cast is stacked.
Great. Ellen Barkin, unbelievable.
Yes.
Unbelievable. So good in this. So good.
She
in this.
is.
She's just great. She's
I haven't
she's
seen
just
enough of her
magnetic.
work,
Yeah,
but
she's just magnetic. She's just so cute.
And Kevin Bacon, obviously.
Yeah.
For Tremors.
Obviously.
Daniel Stern, we all love.
Yeah. So yeah, a few little anecdotes about this flick. Apparently, Kevin Bacon has done a lot of interviews about this movie, and he's given us these nuggets. Apparently, Steve Guttenberg ate constantly on set, tons of food.
They were all just getting drunk.
Gallon, and they're just drinking milk. Guttenberg strikes me as like a wrestler. He's got that build in this movie where it's like, dude, you were a handsome guy. You were not the everyman. You were like handsome.
I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, but he's fantastic.
He's so good in this.
Here.
He's so good in this.
Kind of a.
This is not Short Circuit Gutenberg.
Oh yeah.
This is like, dude, he's like kind of a rough around the edges guy. Him and his mom have an insanely contentious relationship. It's like unsettling.
But also very just the mama's boy,
Mama's boy.
Like
half the time she's sick of him.
If he whines long enough, loud enough, he'll get what he wants.
He'll get what he wants. Exactly.
I love that. Nothing here has changed. Yeah.
So I'd say this is one of those situations where casting in a movie carries it a long way.
No, for sure.
Yeah, and they did 600 auditions total for the role of the 5 or the 6 guys basically, and it shows. They really nailed down what they wanted the characters to be, and it shows. Everyone fits their character. Nothing seems out of place, even when they go outside the bounds, like with Stern's character with his records. It feels like it's almost going to be like this, not what this character would do, because he's so. But he's so whatever in the diner scenes, but then he gets dead serious in that scene, and that takes range.
He is getting annoyed at Eddie. He's getting annoyed at Gutenberg's character of like, just say,
get on with it. Yeah. Say what you mean.
You know how he's gonna ask it. He does have that short fuse a little bit.
He does. That is a good little piece of foreshadowing there for sure.
Yeah, and there's great foreshadowing too with when they leave the movies, and she's explaining of her interest in the movies and the novel that,
and he kind of brushes it off, and then it's like, ooh, it takes 2 to tango. Mm-hmm. They're both not meeting each other halfway, and that's what you're gonna have to do in a marriage if you're gonna be married long term. That's what you got to do.
Perfect sequencing, because if that scene was like after he said, we have nothing to talk about, it would have been almost too on the nose.
Wouldn't have worked.
It's a perfect foreshadowing to what's to come.
I think
because this movie doesn't have a plot. It's just characters hanging out and you learning bits and pieces about them as it goes on.
For sure. And I feel like since, Eddie's character is about to get married in the impending marriage, that makes Stern think about his own marriage. It makes him kind of recontextualize it and kind of bring it to the forefront, like self-examination. And I think that's where he kind of matures there. He's like, now, going on a trip might not save your marriage, but at least it shows you're trying and you want to mix things up, and maybe they will get to know each other better. They both seem like good people.
They do. They do seem like good people.
But she engages in some less than savory activity with Mickey Rourke's character, does she not?
She does. She's willing to go the distance, but doesn't.
She's insecure.
She's insecure.
She's unsure.
She's undervalued in her marriage.
Yep.
And she's insecure. It was right after I love that. Like he's yelling at me. I love that. You never yell at your friends like this. Why are you yelling at me? Like
perfect. That cuts right so there. Deep. That cuts so deep.
Yeah, it says a lot. That sign says a lot of how he's valuing her in that moment and how she feels. So And then yeah, you learn that her and Boogie had a past back in high school.
Yep.
So
And he's giving her what she wants, the validation and like the comfort.
yeah.
And then she's kind of unwillingly trying to win a bet for him because he's all embroiled in this this gambling thing, and he's so far behind. He's trying to put money together. Of course, all these machinations fall apart.
Yeah.
But then what happens at the end? He's so charming that it's just like
I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
Does not
it
work.
undoes all the tension.
It does.
And it's kind of like it's like he got away with it again.
Exactly.
He can't keep getting away with it.
He'll never learn.
He'll never learn.
Yeah.
He's just that charming, and he'll just slip through the cracks every time.
I don't like that. Yeah,
I don't like it either.
I know. We can get into some of the stuff that doesn't work here.
Yeah.
I love Rourke, but dude, that whole thing with the popcorn, I'm laughing, but I'm also like, this doesn't work. And he could tell that story, but that she just goes along with it. I'm like, this doesn't, it's kind of poorly written, and it's almost being too light with how misogynistic and predatory he is. Just a sexual predator, honestly. This is 1982 commenting on 1959.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is it being forgiven, or are we seeing it in like rose-colored glasses?
I think there's a little, like, in my opinion, there's a little bit of both going on. There's a little bit of commenting on it, and a little bit of it kind of brushing to the side a little bit too much, kind of being too forgiving.
I think so
some
too.
Of the actions.
I think so too.
I think it's too forgiving of Mickey Rourke's character completely.
I think it is too.
Just giving him the horse girl arc, if we call
two
that.
scenes.
Two scenes.
It's two scenes.
There's no fall in love. Misogynistic.
Yeah.
Because you see some hot blonde here, and what? This is right after.
Is it meant to show that he can just? They must have shot that scene for a reason, just to show that he can just get any woman he wants. Or at first she pushes back, but then she comes around. She's like, "You're trespassing." He's like, "Whatever, let's ride."
What's your name? She says,
"Shut up, baby, let's ride."
Yeah, and she's clearly like the daughter of some rich guy.
Yeah,
yeah.
Seriously.
I forget exactly what she says, but she says some name of like, oh, what is that? Like, clearly,
it's like McIntyre Trail or something like that.
Yeah,
some bigwig.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is kind of implied like
he found his ticket at the end. I don't like that.
That's so true. So true.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
It's setting that up.
He's sweating $2,000. He's gonna marry into millions. Dude, I think he just blew my mind. I think he just fucking blew my mind. It's like, dude, don't worry. Money ain't gonna be an issue. And he doesn't. He
hasn't learned.
It feels tacked on.
It does feel tacked on.
It feels tacked on, and it just feels the dialogue's not good.
The ending is too forgiving to some of these guys.
It is. They can act out. They can do all this ridiculous shit, and then nothing ever rebounds. Nothing ever comes really full circle. No. Maybe that's what he was trying to say. He was trying not to put in like an artificial resolution.
That is true. Maybe Maybe.
But I don't know. I'm giving
really too cynical of me to even want that. I don't know. It feels a little too forced. Of kind of. I don't even say they need a bad ending. I don't think that fake love arc is there. I'm like, flesh it out more. I don't want 20 more minutes of that.
I could have used some more. If you're gonna do the Chekhov's gun of Kevin Bacon's character just fucking around and doing weird, shitty pranks and stuff like that, have something happen that's kind of serious near the end.
Yeah,
like you're gonna do that, and they're kind of pissed at him. But they kind of write him off like, whatever, dude.
Or he decides to actually do something.
Something like that, yeah.
Hell,
he's reckless as fuck.
Becomes a game show host. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Something like that.
Something. But yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, there is a sense of, misogyny in this.
There's a lot of it. Like, I don't like how they treat Chevy's. I don't like Boogie's and Ellen Barkin's characters, like, I don't like their resolution. That
I
they
don't like it
have.
either. I don't like it either. She's like, "Oh, you respect me too much to do that." And I'm
Oh,
like,
was it her? Oh, I'm validated because I was
a
because
good lay.
Boogie thought I was a good lay, and he's clearly had them all.
Boogie's the
What?
coolest.
I don't. It's so dumb.
It is dumb.
It is,
Dude,
dude, bad. Like,
Bad.
What are you even trying to say here? Are you trying to skirt that type of behavior to the side?
Hard to say.
Are you saying that, oh, this is what this creates? But I don't know. Like,
Does Levinson see himself as that character?
And I'm not the guy that the character always needs to have their comeuppance.
No.
It's just.
See, I want to get the feeling
The
like
tone is too lighthearted towards the feeling of the character.
the whole thing is like I want him to have this sense that he needs to grow up, and
Exactly.
you're gonna grow up.
Yeah,
You're gonna work your debt off. You're gonna grow up. But what do you see? He's gonna get the girl too.
Yeah.
So he gets.
He doesn't need to work his debt off. Like
So nothing bad happens to him. He fucks up worse than probably anybody in the movie, but nothing bad happens to him. He slips through the cracks. And it's like, okay, what were we supposed to learn from all this?
Objectifies women.
That some people are just impervious to consequences. If you're a good-looking, charming dude, white guy, slip through the cracks.
No.
Bruh.
But then
weird.
What will happen to you, I guess.
Yeah, well, what happened to Mickey Rourke in real life?
Exactly.
There you go.
So true.
Can't get by on your looks forever, dude. Fucker can't even pay his rent anymore.
Oh, my God.
So... yeah, a lot to like here, but yeah, a lot of uneven stuff.
Yeah, there's some stuff like that. Right. This is also like, I guess I'm gonna sound kind of misogynistic myself. Oh God, but this is a male movie.
Oh yeah,
this is like.
Well, I will give Levinson a little bit of grace there. He's writing about what he knows.
No, for sure.
And I kind of get that.
No,
so he's writing it more from the perspective of males, obviously.
Yeah.
You got to have your core there. But I'm actually pleasantly surprised by how they wrote females in this. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. And they get the complexity across, especially with Tim Daly's wannabe.
She's good.
She's great.
They kind of let.
She has real depth.
She's good. That dynamic is good. And she's like a careered woman and everything. And almost at first, he almost seems like jealous of her because like she's working in a man's field and everything.
Yeah,
I think all that is great.
I love all that stuff in the TV station. That was so cool. That was so cool.
But they kind of let Ellen's character down a little bit with, like, she kind of just is. Her.
Well, that's why Mickey Rourke has to say, "Hey, that thing you guys got." You need to work on that and fix it.
Exactly like that, and they do. By the end, they're like, "Okay, we're gonna go on a trip."
Yeah,
it's just how he says it, how she gets her validation, is kind of gross. It is
Agreed.
Like, "You're a good pop." He literally says that's like,
yeah.
The language there that is just.
Because
it's so degrading.
Well,
while you're trying to compliment someone.
But I think in his mind, he is doing the right thing.
No, that is true.
That's the weird part.
That's well said.
That's the weird part. He thinks he's like letting her down easy. Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That is true. He is 59. He is that type of guy.
Yeah.
But the movie almost comes across like,
yeah,
that's how he is. Ain't he charming?
Yeah. By the time that rolls around, it's like, wow, there really were no real stakes in this.
No, there's zero stakes.
There's no stakes.
Yeah,
there's no
nothing
stakes.
happens in this movie.
Nothing happens.
You know,
a bunch of friends come home for a wedding that may or may not happen based on a football quiz.
Yeah. She fails the quiz. I'm not getting married. No, I'm gonna marry her.
You know, I love that scene though. He walks out of the room. He's like, the marriage is off.
Yeah, because she failed 2 questions. And
I love Gutenberg in this.
And I do love that because earlier, again, setting up some good stuff. Like earlier, he's talking to Boogie, and you find out, he's just a virgin. I also think he's like, yeah, I'm not getting married. Let's go out and party. He's someone that he's so scared. It is that
Insecurity.
the insecurity you feel. It is that FOMO. You feel like you're missing out on something.
Insecurity and
because you-
compensating. You're compensating. You're trying to flex on your buddies, like you're so above them.
Yep.
But inside, you're like, you're pretty unsure of yourself. You're
Yeah.
pretty unsure of yourself.
It's still a thing, but yeah, that machismo, like this is how many women I've laid
Right.
and everything. Boogie talks about it in the movie.
Yeah,
I
'cause
get
they
more. They make fun of him for being a hairdresser, but he's like, I get more tail than any of you.
I get more tail in a week than you guys have ever had.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
see more ass than a toilet.
But that is
I hate
played
shit.
almost for like, not laughs, but it's like, oh, you're just trying to be that macho.
Yeah, and it's kind of doesn't even like linger on it. It's kind of just dialogue that's
It is.
just said.
It's not said on screen. It's off screen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like in the side to the side
Yep.
as like the camera's moving, and yeah,
For sure.
there's good stuff like that here. This is not a bad movie.
Not a bad movie.
Yeah, if anything, go in with like knowing that okay, with some of this stuff,
You got to be really in the mood for banter and things like that.
banter, man. Yeah,
And if you're not in for that, then you're not going to like this. It's too long. Like I said, we got some arcs that go nowhere. We got some scenes that go nowhere.
you do.
There's a lot to like here, but it's just not truncated in the way I would like, and it wears out its welcome a little bit. And the ending the ending really kind of fell flat for me. I don't know why. What was the symbolism of the bouquet landing on
their table?
On their table.
They'll be married to each other. This friendship. Well, I don't know.
I like that reading of it.
Yeah,
I like that reading of it. Anyway, would you recommend Barry Levinson's Diner?
I do. I do recommend it. 7 out of 10. Good, just hangout movie. Some stuff's kind of linger. Don't really care for. But all in all, if you kind of just like, if you like Linklater, if you like just a hangout movie, if you like, this is not plot driven. This is character driven.
It is.
Yeah,
You learn about the relationships between the characters and their foibles, their fears. You see a few of their triumphs, a few of their faults, and I would definitely recommend it too, just for a certain viewer. I wouldn't recommend it to everybody. Like I said, if you're a fan of Linklater, if you're a fan of these movies that are based on not a driving plot and motivations, it's more like these guys are they're trying to have a good time, but they're grappling between young adulthood and full adulthood.
Yep.
So,
and it's kind of that double-edged sword you get with that kind of movie is sometimes when you're kind of just a hanging out movie, there's going to be scenes that kind of just linger.
Yeah. You got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
I think,
there is more good here than bad.
Yeah, Levinson's direction and a lot of the improvisation works for me.
Great performances here. Yeah.
Yep.
If you're a fan of any of these actors,
Yep.
watch it for any one of their performances because they're all good.
For sure. Okay, we both recommend Diner. Next week, Ridley Scott's The Duelists. Make sure to tune in for that one.
Harvey Keitel.
Harvey Keitel.
Man, 77. Haven't seen that.
There you go. It's going to be first watch for both of us.
Awesome.
Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Thank you.